firefighters lost that day. 61 police officers, 8 EMS personnel, along with almost 3,000 civilians. If desired, if desired, a climb of 6 times up and down Grant Street will honor all those that selflessly gave their lives and those that unnecessarily lost their lives in that tragedy. We are planning on concluding the stair climb portion of the 9/11 event around 11 a.m. Mr. Mayor, City Council members, if you would like more information, we are certainly open to your questions. There will also be flyers pertaining to the event stair climb posted on several different websites as well as Rock Springs website. You may also contact Rock Springs Fire Department as well as Sweetwater County Fire Department. Sweetwater County Fire District Number 1 Fire Department. Thank you.
To address a little bit more of the events that we have planned for 11 till 3 o'clock, that would be at the main entrance or the Circle of Western Wyoming Community College. We'll start with a brief flag ceremony as well as a few speakers. It will be similar to events that we had, for instance, last year, probably lasting less than a half an hour. However, after the event, we will have a open house available in the north parking lot for the public to interact. We'll have emergency vehicles there, police, fire, ambulances, and other emergency vehicles from throughout the county. This is being made possible by generous donations from Western Wyoming Community College for their facilities, as well as businesses and individuals within the community that are helping to donate time, goods, and even food to help feed the possibly 2,500 people is possible what we're expecting to attend on that day. Mr. Mayor and Council, we'd like you to consider the closing of Grant Street for the memorial climb on that Saturday, September 11th, 2021. Thank you.
Councilors, any questions for our firefighters?
Real
Patolo.
quick, what was the time for the flag event?
The flag ceremony will start at 11 a.m.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Next question. And this was for Tristan in the back. Are you, as part of the newest firefighter, are you going to do it in your turnout gear?
Yes, I'm going to do it.
Good, because I was going to challenge you if you weren't.
Yep, I'm planning on it.
All right.
Sir.
I can't believe this has been 20 years.
I know.
It's
And,
hard to imagine, and Mr. Mayor, sorry to interject, but it just occurred to me recently that about a third of our population here in Rock Springs weren't even alive when it happened, so.
But those of us who were, we remember it's etched in our memory on, I remember sitting, watching TV, getting ready to go to work and watching in dismay as this took place. And, you know, we think in Rock Springs, Wyoming, we're in a small setting, that it doesn't affect you that much, but it does. And I can't appreciate you folks enough for keeping it alive, making sure we don't forget. And it's frustrating for each and every one of us to see our leadership at the federal level and what a mess it is, which means that it's not over. It means that we'll probably be paying the price again before long, but we'll do what we do as Americans. We'll stand strong. We do have a proclamation that I like to read. And it reads, whereas 20 years ago on September 11, 2001, the American people endured the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil in the nation's history with courage and heroism. And in response to this tragedy, Americans across the country came together in a remarkable show of patriotism, spirit, unity, and carried out countless acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion. And emergency responders, community organizations, and family members of 9/11 victims began observing the anniversary of September 11th as a day of remembrance to honor the memory of those who lost their lives, as well as those who united in service to respond to the tragedy, including firefighters, emergency responders, law enforcement, active duty and reserve soldiers, along with their families and veterans. And participating in service and remembrance activities on September 11th is a positive and respectful way to remember the lives of those lost, pay tribute to those who rose in service, and honor those who continue to serve our community and country today, including emergency responders, active duty and reserve soldiers, and their families, veterans, and first responders. And now therefore be it resolved that I, Timothy A. Como, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby proclaim September 11th, 2021 to be 9/11 Remembrance Day in Rock Springs, Wyoming. And I encourage all of our citizens to honor the lives of those lost through participation in the Rock Springs Fire Department's 9/11 Memorial Climb at 7 a.m. in the south parking lot at Western Wyoming Community College, as well as remembrance ceremonies on this day and throughout this year and forever for that fact. Thank you guys for what you do. Appreciate that. We're going to get a quick picture if we could, and I apologize.
Down the hill and then back up the hill? Twice.
Forward for you.
Twice. If you want to. What's 343?
343 flights of stairs would.
43 is also the number. That's what that, they have no others lost.
Okay. I don't think I can do 6. I might be
You'll
able
have
to-
to carry center block.
I might be able to do 2. I don't know.
We're all about pictures.
6.
Thanks again for coming down and shedding some light on what's going to occur, and we will be there to assist and make sure that the street is closed for your event. Okay, councilors, this is going to bring us on to the petition section of our agenda, and I would ask, is there anyone here tonight that wishes to address the city council on any issue whatsoever? This is your time to do so. Anyone? Okay, I'm going to close the petition section and we're going to move on to the officers and staff reports. Councilors, we have item number 1, the health insurance fund recap for July 2021. 2 is a financial report summary for July 2021. And 3, the Rock Springs Renewal Fund financial statements for February, March, April, and May 2021. I'd entertain a motion to approve the officer and staff reports in place on file.
So moved, Your Honor.
We do have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second has been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, councilors, this is going to bring us to the council committee and board reports. We have one item, Rock Springs Historical Museum Board meeting minutes of July 14th, 2021. I would ask, are there any other council committee or board reports due or needed at this time?
Your Honor,
Councilman Zadi.
I'd like to just take this time to update the public on the Rockin' from the Rain fundraiser concert that we'll be holding this Sunday, August 22nd at the Sweetwater Events Complex, starting at 2 p.m. We will have 3 local bands playing, starting with Y5, Wyoming Raised and Zam Trip. There will be food trucks and beverages available. I'd ask that everybody come out and join the community and help those who suffered damage during the recent flood in July. Right now, we've raised about $30,000, hoping to hit the 50 mark, and we can only do that with the help of everybody out there. So I ask that you do come and help out, support your community, support those that suffered the damage that they did, and just listen to some good music and enjoy some soft drinks, beer, and food. And I'd also like to thank Mayor, Matt, Chief Walmsley, for your help with the committee on that as well. We have a small committee that's really put this together in 2.5 weeks, working our tails off, trying to get everything done. And I can tell you, we have a lot of businesses and community members out there that are very supportive of this and have done a wonderful job in helping and doing what they can to make this happen. Just a reminder again of why a lot of people love Rock Springs. When there's help needed, people step up, and I can't thank everybody enough for everything that they've done. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi, well stated, and thank you for your help. I'd reiterate that $30,000 in a week and a half. This community pulls together when it's needed. So get out and enjoy yourself at this event and donate to the cause. With that, councilors, I would entertain a motion to approve the council committee and board reports and place on file.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let's bring us down to the correspondence. Councilors, if you had time to take a look at the correspondence, and if there are no questions, I'd entertain a motion to approve the correspondence and place on file.
I'll move to approve.
We do have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, councilors, this is going to move us to the bills and claims. Item number 1, the bills and claims for August 17, 2021.
Your Honor.
Oh, I missed my
Councilwoman
spot.
Demas.
I had a shot there. She was sleeping. I was going to jump on it.
Threw me
Man.
off. Threw me off.
Gotta be quicker.
I was giving you guys the opportunity.
So is that a motion?
Yeah, so moved, Your Honor.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Abstained.
Let the record show. And item number 2, councilors, we did have a revision. We had a wrong number by $6,000 in the total for the salaries, which showed $652, $634.06, and was revised and sent out to you to reflect $658, $876.49. I'd entertain a motion to approve the salaries for August 6th, 2021.
Your Honor,
Councilwoman Demas.
I make a motion to approve the salaries for August 6, 2021.
We do have a motion to approve the salaries for August 6, 2021. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this can bring us on to the new business items, councilors. We have 5 items. Item number 1 is a request from the Finance Department for approval of cash handling policy. Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilwoman Demas.
I make a motion to approve this request.
We do have a motion to honor this request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 2 is a request from the Finance Department for approval of a revised procurement policy. Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman West.
move to approve this request.
We have a motion to honor this request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 3 is a request from the Fire Department for permission to close Grant Street between College Drive and Center Street on September 11th, 2021 from 5 a.m. to noon for the 9/11 Memorial Climb. Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman Batolo.
we'll move to approve this request.
We do have a motion to honor this request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 4 is a request from the Engineering and Operations and Public Services Department for permission to purchase a new skid loader for the water reclamation facility in the amount of $50,588.44. Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman West.
move to approve this request.
We do have a motion to honor this request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And item number 5 is a request from the Parks and Recreation Department for permission to place Dish Network television services at 3 of their locations. Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilwoman Demus.
I make a motion to approve this request.
We do have a motion to approve this request. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, councilors, this is going to move us down to our resolution section of our agenda, of which we have 5 items to deal with. Item number 1, Resolution 2021-118.
A resolution accepting and approving an estimate with WI Energy Corrosion Services in the amount of $101,689 and authorizing Timothy A. Como as mayor and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk to execute said estimate on behalf of the city of Rock Springs.
Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilwoman Demus.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2021-118.
Councilors, we do have a motion to approve Resolution 2021-118. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. Roll call.
Councilor Halter,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Savage,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Vitolo,
Yes.
Mayor Como.
Yes. Item number 2, Resolution 2021-119.
A resolution accepting and approving a master service agreement between the City of Rock Springs and Government Finance Officers Association to provide consulting services and authorizing Timothy A. Como as mayor and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk to execute said agreement on behalf of the City of Rock Springs.
Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman Zadi.
first I'd like to thank Matt for his work on researching this and making a selection for us to vote on. I do believe this will be money well spent and help guide us in the future budget process and kind of get us some ideas, new ways of thinking, and how to approach the challenges we are facing now with economic times the way they are and what we'll face in the future. So thank you, and I make a motion to approve.
Councilors, we do have a motion to approve this resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. Roll call.
Councilor Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Savage,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Vitolo,
Yes.
Halter,
Yes.
Mayor Como.
Yes. Item number 3, Resolution 2021-120.
A resolution accepting a preservation covenant between the State of Wyoming Department of State Parks and Cultural Resources, State Historic Preservation Office, and the City of Rock Springs, and authorizing Timothy A. Como as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said preservation covenant on behalf of the city.
Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman West.
move to approve Resolution 2021-120.
We do have a motion to approve Resolution 2021-120. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. Roll call.
Councilor Demus,
Yes.
Savage,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Vitolo,
Yes.
Halter,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Mayor Como.
Yes, just a little bit of an update on the First Security Bank. As you drive by it, you see the construction going on and wonder just what's going on. The micropiles have been completed. Just the end of last week, the contractor Jones has pulled off the project and will allow us to continue with the additional work that needs to be done on the structure itself. But the stabilization has been completed. All micropiles are in, and the bank is secure. We continue to work with our broker on the marketing portion of the building, and they're excited to get power in the building, and they want to bring some interested parties in for a tour. We're just not at that point yet. We're pouring interior slabs and doing that kind of work and cleanup and soon, hopefully. And we'll continue to work on the Phase 2 grant. But all in all, the large portion of the project was the micropiles, and we're completed, thankfully.
So is there a new goal for the anchor tenant December of 21 rather than 20, like they promised?
Say that again.
Sorry. Allergies got me going, but they promised they would have an anchor tenant by December of 20 when we approved that,
Yeah.
and laughed if I asked if that was feasible. So I was just curious if they were going to meet December of 21 to get that done this year.
No, we had some discussions about the marketing aspects of maybe coming and visiting and being more in line with where we are in construction, and visualizing what true dates will really mean. There was of course, with the COVID thing that put everything on pretty much on hold. A lot of people went home and wanted to work out of the home, and some of them didn't even return, which it was a bit of a frustration with trying to get new businesses to open and the like. We do have a couple of fairly decent interested parties, and the broker would like to hang banners off the side of the building, which we just can't allow to happen at this point because we're dealing with the terracotta. And so that part of the marketing we've kind of stalled, just because it's not feasible to have large banners hanging off the side of the building when we're in the middle of cleaning and removing and replacing terracotta. So I think it'll start to come to fruition here in the near future, but no, that deadline has passed.
Might be a way to cover up your windows, Paul, with banners.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, item number 4 is resolution 2021-121.
A resolution accepting and approving Part 1 of an airport rescue grant agreement offer between the U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Aviation Administration, and the City of Rock Springs, and authorizing Timothy A. Como as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said grant agreement on behalf of said city.
Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor,
Councilman West.
move to approve resolution 2021-121.
We do have a motion to approve resolution 2021-121. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second has been called. Roll call.
Counselor Savage,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Patolo,
Yes.
Halter,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Mayor Como.
Yes, and just to add a little bit of light to this resolution and this grant, I noticed some concerns about the City of Rock Springs providing another $1,118,564. This is not coming from the city. These are grants that are being secured by the airport director and their board to improve our airport, and I commend them for looking out for our airport and try to grow that airport. So that money is money that will be spent over the next couple of years to make sure that we have a quality airport, dependable airport, which we use as a marketing tactic to bring business into this community. So I thank them for what they do there. Item number 5, Resolution 2021-122.
A resolution accepting and approving a Main Street facade improvement grant agreement between National Main Street Center, a subsidiary of the Trust for Historic Preservation, and the City of Rock Springs, and authorizing Timothy Acomo as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said grant on behalf of said city.
Councilors, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor.
Councilman Batolo?
Move to approve 2021-122.
We do have a motion to approve Resolution 2021-122. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second's been called. Roll call.
Counselor Hickerson,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Batolo,
Yes.
Halter,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Savage,
Yeah.
Mayor Como.
Yes. Councilors, this brings us to the ordinance section of our agenda, which we have one ordinance on second reading, ordinance 2021-08.
An ordinance amending the official zoning map of the City of Rock Springs from R2 low density residential and B1 neighborhood business to the zoning designation of B2 CD Community Business District Conditional District for 2 parcels of land totaling 5.364 acres and located in Section 33 and Section 34 Resurvey Township 19 North, Range 105 West of the 6th Principal Meridian in the City of Rock Springs, County of Sweetwater, State of Wyoming.
For those of you at home, if you're watching this live stream, couple of critical and important events. Make sure you get out and take part, as Councilor Zadi stated, on August 22nd from 2 to 8 at the events complex to support and raise funds for those families that were affected by the recent flood that we had. We got to pull together and do the best we can to help these people with costs associated to clean up and the like. So please come out, have a good time, and help out. And don't forget our 9/11 ceremony. That is something that we will continue to support, and everybody in this entire country should support. We appreciate the work by our first responders, and we hope to see everyone there and participate. And with no further business to come before this city council, this meeting is adjourned.
6 minutes.